Welcome back to the Cross-Border Darts Challenge. Coming to you live from Los Angeles, California.
We're live backstage with Adam Savada. Adam, welcome to the Cross-Border Darts Challenge.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You are the number 3 seed for this U.S. team. How does it feel representing not just yourself, but also your country this weekend?
Feels good being able to represent the country. Not a lot of people get that opportunity. Glad I have that opportunity, and we'll see how it goes.
We are live backstage with number 2 seed Canadian Steve Warnock. Steve, how does it feel to be back at the Cross-Border Darts Challenge representing your team?
Feels great. We're going to go for the three-peat. A lot of great players here. Anything can happen. We'll see what happens.
Well, what do you have to do tonight to get the job done?
It's score and hit the doubles, just like any other game, any other tournament, any other prize, right? Gotta do what you gotta do.
Steve, thank you so much for your time and wish you the best of luck tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Just a reminder, we have 2 trophies up for grabs during this competition. The overall trophy and the Nations Cup. If you're keeping score, it's US 6, Canada 3, and Canada's trying to go for the three-peat, but the US team is not going to make it easy. It's time for our second quarter-final match, but we can't bring out the players until the room gets rowdy. Let's go. Let's go. He is currently the number 3 seed representing the USA team from Parker, Arizona. Ring the bells, because it's time to bring out Adam the Reaper Sevada. And it's time to cross the border into Canada. Who is representing our friends to the north? Well, he's the number 2 seed on the Canadian team from St. Catharines, Ontario. Make some noise for Steve the Sniper Warnock.
Wow, what a group of walk-ons there from our 2 players. Adam Savada signing the taco skin, and then Jay Flatt's got a couple autographs on his chest from our players.
Lucky man. Sell that on eBay.
My goodness, what a battle we have for you in this one. If you look at the 3-dart averages, throw those out throughout the first 9, throughout the 100s, the 180s. Last year, Steve Warnock is no longer a person. The new Steve Warnock, back to his old self, shot 93 last night in his victory over Doug Bain, 5-1, 5 for 7 on the doubles, and it looked good, AE.
It did look good, and this is to me a real interesting spot for a player that we've talked about from a CDC perspective has kind of made his bones in the cross-border, right?
Yes, he has.
Been a real big part of 2 Team Canada wins. So real interesting spot for Steve to be the guy, essentially for today, first up at bat, right?
Yep.
Canada's down 6-3, so the stand must be made now, right? They've got to take the rest of the quarters, not to stay alive, but to tie things up, right? So from Steve's perspective, like, you want to get off stage and you want to, give your boys big high fives in the player room and be like, let's go, boys, eh?
Absolutely.
Steve Warnock,
if
the
we're
throw
looking at
first,
the actual bracket
game
here,
all.
AE, the importance of Steve Warnock winning this match is everything. If he loses this match, the U.S. is guaranteed to win. Because that's 7
Well, they would
And
get,
then they would get the
gain
8.
7 here, and then hence the
Automatically 8
in
in the
semis.
semifinals.
All right, so look at you putting it all. I was
mean-
putting some decent pressure on Steve Warnock's shoulder. You just put the Empire State Building on your
Hey.
shoulders, my friend.
I just speak in facts sometimes, and the fact speaks for itself here.
100.
Steve Warnock, who is trying to make his second semifinal in this event in the 3 years that he's played, needs to get that job done.
So Sean Green's telling you the entire Nations Cup comes down to this match.
Right now it does.
43.
But if Warnock wins, then it does not come down to this match, and then it keeps going forward. Becomes itself a fun affair from that point. And at the same time, the Nations Cup for the U.S. team right now is in the hands of Adam Savvada.
140.
Nice
You can
140.
certainly look at it that way. He can win the Nations Cup for the United States.
He'd be making the final putt in the Ryder Cup to get that half a point to seal the
boy.
deal.
140.
But Steve Warnock yesterday had the higher average between him and Adam Savvada, 92 to an 85. But Savvada was second in the tour last year in average and was first
100.
for someone who played all 14 events. Average right around 90 for the entire season. So Warnock needs the same performance tonight that he had yesterday if he wants to get past the Reaper.
Yeah, we talk a lot
140.
on the staff
Batting
and just
required
as Dart fans
161.
about the idea of players of the year and not necessarily being somebody who finishes first and all that kind of stuff. And we watched Sevada.
Bullseye for the 161.
Game
goes
shot,
the
third dart in
bullseye
the
for
first
Adam
leg.
Savvada.
1 leg to 0. Adam Savvada. Second
And just
leg,
as
Adam
you see
to
right
throw
there,
first.
Savada, we watched be really one of the hottest and most dangerous players on the circuit in 24, and he carries that over as we flip the calendar into 2025.
What a 161 from Adam Savvada to get the start here for the American. Looking to capitalize
100.
on a performance last night where he got the job done against Kylie Edmonds with their averages pretty much identical, the 5-2 victory for Savvada, but he's going to want to improve that this evening. He's pretty much already said he's forgotten yesterday. And
100.
It's a new day.
And I'm sure the lads in the players' room did all the permutations like Sean did. So whether Adam exactly knows that he can put it away, there are all players in the player room who know
140.
that. So I'm sure to a certain degree that 161 was met with a little enthusiasm from the boys in the red, white, and blue.
Absolutely. And we do want to point out that even though 8 players
60.
from the U.S. and Canada side are out of this tournament already, they are here in the venue supporting their teams and trying to stick around for that
100.
Nations Cup celebration.
Yeah, you will see both teams on stage tonight in the awards presentation.
Can Savvada go 161, 161 for back-to-back 12 darters to start off this match? It'd be really
60.
cool.
Adam,
He doesn't
you
have to shoot
require
it this time, but he might as well,
He
right?
just might. There's no reason not to.
Not going to do it there.
We put the jinx on him.
Well, it's kind of hard to really expect a player to go back-to-back 161s.
Not for a guy like Savvada, baby.
99.
It's not wrong. Starting off this leg, 100, 140, 199. Warnock has stayed straight, but hasn't found the treble
41.
bed
Adam, you require
as
62.
often as he did last night. Of course, it doesn't help that Savvada is skyrocketing right now in the averages and overall performance. Double 16.
Game
and Adam
shot,
Savvada,
third dart in the second leg.
2 for
legs
2
to
on the
0.
doubles.
Adam, third leg.
And he's averaging
Steve to throw
111 right now for the match, AE.
A tough customer is Adam Savvada. We saw that last year. So
41.
Steve Warnock fighting a good fight for Team Canada, but he's got his work cut out for him.
Savvada, one of those players that tasted the MSG stage last year. He wants to go back.
60.
He's talked about it over and over again. The man who works in a funeral home for his day job in Parker, Arizona.
Yeah, thrilled the crowd in New York City.
85.
We saw how much fun he was having there up on stage and want to crack. at not only the PDC players, but that opportunity to play on Saturday afternoon in the
Absolutely.
North American Championship, which earns you $10,000 and a spot at the Alley Pally. These boys are playing for some big stuff here.
And that $10,000 actually turns into a lot more money with the raised prize pool for the World Darts Championship now.
If you don't know, folks out there, the winner of the World Championship, £1 million. Like a monumental moment for our sport to get to that threshold. That thanks to Uncle Barry, because he's been flying that flag for 20 years. He said that's where I want to get to, and
60.
of course Matt Porter and the entire PDC squad for that's a lot of work behind the scenes. But true kudos that really does raise the cachet of this sport.
It's a 100% increase in the price for first place.
It's
insane.
The casual, when you speak to casual people, it's always, well, how much can they win?
Yep.
So you've got now the professional world champion wins $1 million.
180.
That's a 180 for the Reaper.
And Jeff Good with the 180 call. He did ask me about that yesterday. How did that sound? And I had to let him know it was beautiful.
49. Adam, you require 101.
Savada, the 101 opportunity. It's on. Go 1 for tops. 9 for 32. It's 9 for 32. Double 16. And Adam
Game
Savada,
shot,
3
third
for
dart
3
on
on
the
the
third
doubles.
leg. 3 legs to
Another
zero, Adam.
15
Fourth
darter.
leg. Adam to
Averaging
throw first.
107 through 3 legs in this match. Nothing Warnock is throwing at him is doing anything to Savada.
Savada is just looking so well-rounded right now. Obviously not just a threat to win this match, but to be the last player standing tonight in Simi Valley.
Yeah, a win here for Savada would mean that the number 1 seeded American would go up against the number 3 seeded American in that semifinal.
99.
99 for Warnock. Savada firing in that treble bed. First start once again. That was the thing that was lacking from him yesterday.
98.
And something that we see from him very often is that first start peppering that treble 20. And Warnock,
68.
it's hard not to start pressing right now when your opponent's shooting as well as they are.
It's just human nature. And that's obviously a skill to sort of learn about not to overpress. But Steve knows what he's playing for,
59.
and he's trying to kickstart that motor, and that's you got to do it. Scoring against somebody who's really in form right now, and take big moments in big spots.
Savada threatening the average record for the
125.
Cross-Border Darts Challenge. And the overall stage record for the CDC, including the Continental Cup
45.
Tour Finals, which was a 106.5 from Doug Boehm in the Continental Cup 2 years ago. Did that against Jim Long. Also a quarterfinals matchup.
28.
Warnock unable to leave a finish from 209. That is a fumble. And Savada, even though the scoring has gone down a little bit in this leg, should have the first look at a finish.
And
once
not
again.
a moment to make that fumble. Like the magnified
59.
magnified effect of that fumble.
Still advantage Warnock against the throw, but he has got to find a trouble here.
41. Adam, you require 54.
Only leaving 140. Back to back, 28-41 after the setup play from Warnock. Savada, it's on. 54. Tops for the 154. My
Game shot,
goodness,
third
Adam
dart in the
Savada.
fourth leg.
161,
Adam Savada, fifth leg.
154,
Steve to throw
101.
101, three-digit scores
And he
for
has
Adam Savada.
4 for 4 on his doubles in this match as well.
Take heed, field. Adam Savada is here
100.
to threaten for the cross-border championship in 2025.
Let's put it this way. Leonard Gates cannot miss doubles in the next match if he expects to beat Adam Savada with the way he's throwing right now.
I mean, just about
79.
any CDC event. You get to the semifinals, you got to put those doubles in you and not expose yourself like we've seen Gates do, because Savada's matching that scoring power of Gates right now. So if Adam's going to peg those doubles, it's going to be an interesting semifinal for the U.S. #1.
Again, that first start perfect for Savada. That's a 180 once again for Savada. Just as you called it, the scoring power from Savada also there. But the 4 for 4 on the doubles is why that average is skyrocketed to almost 103. Gates' first 9 average in the last match was 108. Savada has got to be somewhat similar there, plus the 4 for 4 on the doubles. You mentioned it, 3 ton-plus checkouts, too, in those 4 legs. There we go.
So not only is he efficient on that outer wedge, he's cruising in terms of his
84
scoring power.
His combinations, his rhythm is where I'm going with that. They're not only going in right at the double, but it's the boom, 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 really sort of sweet effect of those combination finishing, which just has to fill him with
100.
tons of confidence.
Savada leaves another ton-plus checkout, 102. Warnock needs to put a lot of pressure on this, or else this match is over.
42.
And only 42 from Warnock.
102.
102 for the match for Savada. Still on, 97 left, treble 19 for tops. Oh my, tops for the 4th ton-plus checkout.
Game
Adam Savada,
and match
5
shot
for 5
in
on
the
the
5th
doubles, 4
leg.
ton-plus
Adam
checkouts.
Savada.
This gentleman just put the entire building on notice. 5-0 win. 4 of those 5 legs with ton-plus combination finishing. And Adam
Ladies and gentlemen,
Savada
give it up
is
for your
a
runner-up,
force
Steve
to
Warnock.
be reckoned with as we advance.
And
with
your
the
champion,
2025
Adam
cross-border.
Savada.
100.2 average for Savada in the match. That semifinal is going to be huge, AE. But before that happens, we still got plenty of action your way as Jay brings out the sweep with the broom. But we will,
Before we go, let's not forget, we got wrapped up into Savada's performance, but the USA has just won the Nations Cup.
Yes, they have, as they're guaranteed that winning point in the next match, or the semifinals. But work to be done still on the Canadian side. Jacob Taylor, Jeff Smith want to win this event. We'll be right back with more action right after this.